Hi, my name is Sandy and welcome to Cooking with Sandra D. And today we are going to be cooking it up Italian. And with me today is my mother Mary Pastori, as the little ones know her, by Nonna, and of course my husband David Dennis. The first thing we're going to make today is cauliflower fritters. This is an Easter staple that we have every year, right Mom?
Yes.
And it's an easy thing to make. You get a head of cauliflower, a raw head, and you cut it into pieces like this. But the first thing we do, if you all remember, is we wear our gloves. We always wear our gloves when we're cooking. You always have something on your head. And for me, I always wear an eyeglass holder because my glasses are always falling. So it helps prevent my glasses from falling into the food. So we put our gloves on to start. We cut our cauliflower into pieces, and then we blanch it in hot water, and we put a little salt in that water. Once that's blanched and cooked, what we do is we put the cauliflower in flour. We season that flour with a little garlic, some salt, and a little bit of pepper. And then what we do is we shake that cauliflower so that the flour has coated the entire head of the cauliflower. And Dave, make sure that oil is on hot, because what Dave's doing is he's putting some vegetable oil in a fry pan, and enough, like if you remember in our chicken cutlets. And then Mom is scrambling an egg. And what we do, Ma, is we dip that, correct?
Yes, and then you just turn it over so it gets all...
You turn it over so that it coats, the egg coats the entire cauliflower. And then once that cauliflower is all coated in the egg, we put it in the fry pan, and it fries up nice and golden brown. So when you're through doing that, Dave will finish that for you, and he'll fry that cauliflower. And basically what that cauliflower is going to look like,
Put that on high.
the cauliflower is going to come out of the fry pan nice and crispy and golden brown. Just like this. Now you can eat this a variety of different ways. You can eat it plain the way we do. You can make a cheese sauce. You can put it in Italian spaghetti sauce, whatever you want. And it's good cold the next day. So there we have our cauliflower fritters. Then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to make homemade pasta, but we make our homemade Italian gravy. And yes, we call it gravy as Italians, correct, Mom?
Right, yes.
And Mom, while I'm doing this, why don't you tell them a little bit about your family and where you're from? My mother's first generation American.
Yes, my parents came from Italy. They both came from the Provincia di Frosinone. My father came from San Giorgio d'Alida, and my mother came from Pentagordi.
So what we do is we put some olive oil in a pan. We dice garlic, and we put the garlic in there. We put diced onion in there, and we saute this on the oven, as David will do, until that is golden brown and it's cooked through and it's loosened. Once that's loosened and they're cooked all the way through, what we do is we add our meat. And my mother, Mom, what do you make a braciole?
Yes.
And what do you put in your braciole?
I put salt and pepper and parsley if you have it, or any kind of things that you like to put in.
Yeah, now my father's family is from a different part of Italy, so for their braciole, they tend to use a lot of pine nuts and raisins in their foods. We tend to be a little bit more on the plainer side, on my mother's side of the family. But you always put pork, because pork really
flavors this gravy.
Gives it a nice flavor. And we put some meat in there, and of course, always homemade meatballs. So you put this in your olive oil. And then that browns up. Once those meats are brown, you add your tomato sauce.